Oh, I don't want to do this. Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to Chat in the Hat, where I take some time to just kind of talk at you, and you hopefully have some time to listen. So, I guess let's just get right into it by saying that I am not good with time management. I know that this is a shocking turn of events. Wow, silly ADHD man is bad with time management. Shocking. Now consider this. I work 12-hour shifts, 4 days on, 4 days off. During those 4 days, I essentially have enough time to go home, shower, eat something, hang out with my wife and dogs for an hour or two before eventually passing the hell out and doing it all again. As such, those days are kind of almost write-offs to me. Like, there's not really much I can do during those days in terms of free time. Note that I said almost complete write-offs, because there are some things that I could still get done, like ensuring that my sink isn't loaded with dishes, for example. I mean, I'm not always good at that either, but then, after that, I get 4 whole days to myself to do whatever. But here is the truth about being an adult. It's boring. It's work. It's not what you desire all the time. And a lot of times, it really isn't even all that rewarding. But there are some things about it that are absolute magic. And my poor time management made it so that I was missing out on some of that magic. Like, in my free time, I'm largely either working on content or playing video games. Playing video games is also part of my content, and I do it as my free time as well, but, you know, that is different than this. However, my free time was taking away from other things that are important in my life. So, I've got some things to work on, I guess we could say. And I attributed a lot of my problem to this. To what is very much a second job to me. A lot of people would just see this as a hobby, because while I do get paid a little bit on Twitch, YouTube, I don't make a cent yet. But to me, at least, it is a second job, and I don't really feel accomplished unless I am able to produce at least 1 full episode during my 4-day off stretch. So, yeah, I blamed my content for taking away all of my free time. See, I was planning on making this as a video to say, hey, I'm gonna go on hiatus again for a while, or even just quit entirely, because I saw this as taking up way too much of my time. But that assessment was really unfair, because, like, I have a lot more time than I allow. I mean, it sounds strange, but hear me out for a second, okay? My wife recently pointed out that with my free time, I can go off and spend hours fucking shiny hunting a Poochyena, which I did. I got my sparkly puppy. I got it. But I can spend hours doing that and not working on content and be fine with it. And that really opened my eyes to things, because I was thinking of cutting out this portion of my life when it's only taking a portion of that time. Make no mistake about any of this. I love, absolutely love working on YouTube. But when I'm spending so much of my free time shiny hunting a Poochyena or romancing Karlach, I'm not really doing this. You know, I want to make this a full-time gig, and spending all of my time doing that is not conducive to making that dream a reality. Now, don't get me wrong, I plan to keep doing that too, because it's nice, it's relaxing, it's turn your brain off fun, you know? But I don't want to lose an entire day because I hyperfixated on the wrong thing. And when I'm spending so much time doing that, I'm not being a responsible or present husband and dog father. Plus, to be frank, it's just unfair to the people in my life. So, after so much setup, that's the problem that I'm facing. However, I wouldn't take up this much of your time just to tell you about a problem that I'm facing without, you know, at least trying to provide a solution, right? So, I now have this. Inside of this card sleeve is a 1 hour NFC tag. And that NFC tag is coded to set a timer on my phone for 1 hour. I'm even on it right now. So essentially when I sit down to do this or play a video game or do whatever that isn't, you know, working on house crap, not doing chores or renovating or whatever, I will come in, I'll scan that, and I'll go for an hour. When that hour is up, I'll wrap up what I'm doing, and then I'll go choring for an hour or two. I will, you know, maintain my household. I'll go and put up solar panels for my Ring cameras. I did that earlier today. And I'll just, like, go and do that sort of thing. That way, you know, I'm still doing my second job, and I can figure out if I want to work on content or if I want to just turn my brain off for a little while. But yeah, once I'm done with choring for an hour or two, I'll come back, scan it again, do my hour, hour's up, go find something else to do. And it's been working. I enjoy it. It's helping me to figure my shit out, basically. So yeah, that's what's going on with me. But I suppose, like, the so what factor is that I am a flawed man, and I have some issues. There are also a couple underlying mental issues that I've also got to work out, but one thing at a time, you know, and issues with me sometimes require more creative solutions. But I am figuring things out, and I'm getting better. At least until I can make this a full-time gig. Then all bets are off. But what about you? What does this have to do with you? What does any of what's going on with me have to do with you? Well, I'm sorry, but nothing. There's really not much here that really is going to affect you at all. I'm still gonna do uploads. I'm still gonna try to be regular, but probably fail. So keep a lookout for me. Hopefully on a weekly basis. I'll miss a couple, I know it. But I'm working on some larger projects that are coming down the pipeline. I'm also working on a few shorts. I've got script upon script written here. I just pointed at my phone. You can't actually see what I'm doing. Anyway, but yeah, I've got things going on. There will be shorts soon. There's also going to be a second full channel. It is called Links Lives. I will link it in the description, and that will be kind of the place for all of my Twitch streams to hang out, because I'm much more regular on Twitch than I am on YouTube, and I'd like to have a channel dedicated to that. Actually, it's live right now. I believe there's an episode on it, at least. So you can check that out. And I guess otherwise, there's not a hell of a lot else going on. I've got a couple other Chat in the Hat ideas that I will drop here eventually. This is really fucking laggy, and it's really pissing me off. And it's using 0.2% of my CPU, so this really should not be lagging. Well, anyway, link to second channel in the description, and while you're there, if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button. Do you like Kingdom Hearts and Zelda? I do a lot of that, and will do a lot more. So, yeah, suppose in the meantime, thank you guys for listening to me rant to a degree. And with that, I will see you very soon. Later.